Today, doctors are working tirelessly to treat the COVID patients. Day and night, they are struggling to treat the complications associated with other diseases, and in that, added to it, the COVID situation. And they are not taking care of their families, their own health, and many have succumbed to this COVID condition. But still, if you will see that there are so many instances where the doctors are beaten by the people, where the hospitals are broken down or ransacked by the people. Why? Why do the people feel that the doctors or the hospital has not taken care of their patient? What are the conditions under this doctor's work? And what actually is this medical negligence? Today we shall see about this topic, that is medical negligence, in details. Let's find out what actually does medical negligence is, and what should the doctors see, what the patient has to look before he takes any legal actions against a doctor, what are the precautions that a doctor has to take so that he doesn't have to undergo any legal obligations for treating any patient. If we see the word negligent, it means that inability or inaction, that the person has not taken proper care of or not done the work in the prescribed manner or in the way he should have done it. Medical negligence would mean that the doctor has not taken proper care in treating his patient, or he was negligent, or the hospital was negligent towards his duties or his action in treating a patient. To understand the medical negligence, we have to first understand the duties that are imposed on the doctor. Means the duties which he should do as a professional medical doctor. First of all, it is the duty of the doctor to take care in deciding whether to take up a case for treatment or not to take a case for treatment. Then it is his duty to see what kind of treatment is to be given. Then it is his duty to give that treatment. It is his duty to see that he doesn't go beyond the treatment that is under his or her control. And it is expected that the doctor is properly skilled. He will take utmost care to treat his patient. If anything happens to the patient because of the direct or proximate action of the doctor, then only it can be considered as a medical negligence by the doctor. Let's take a simple example. A person had to go a surgical procedure and he needed blood transfusion. Now the doctor had given all other treatment very procedure wise and to the exact way he is supposed to give. But the blood that was transfused was not of the correct blood group of the patient. He was given a wrong blood group blood. That resulted in the death of the patient. So this will come under negligent case. It is to be understood that each doctor will have his own line of treatment. Though he may be a same profession, same qualification, but each doctor has a different method of treatment and a different procedure to follow. So if there is any error in the judgment, then it does not imply to be negligence. Only if there is a gross negligence, that means wrongdoing on the part of the doctor, like giving a wrong drug or a wrong gas while anesthesia, or if the doctor has taken out a wrong limb, he has done operation of the wrong foot, he has kept cotton or other swab in during the operation inside the patients only, then this fall into medical negligence cases. Then the person or the family certainly has a right to be angry on the doctor. If a doctor asks his junior to perform some surgeries where he is not efficient to perform that surgery, or he is not experienced to perform that surgery, then also that amounts to medical negligence. Well, you see, these are just a few instances where a doctor can be said to be negligent towards his patient. But initially, it is on the patient or his families to prove that the doctor was negligent. And once he gives evidence regarding negligence of the doctor, then it would be on the hospital or the doctor himself to prove that he had been efficient in his work. Well, the consequences which the doctor may have to face are criminal liability, civil or monetary liability, and disciplinary actions. There is no specific law in Indian Penal Code for medical negligence, but they can be prosecuted under the general law of IPC, that is section 304 of IPC, which is a death of a person resulting from a negligent act. And also under section 337 and 338 of IPC, where 337 deals with causing hurt and 338 deals with causing grievous hurt. So this comes under criminal liability for medical negligence. Now let's see monetary liability or civil liability. If the patient has suffered any loss, like he lost his wrong limb, or he lost his eyesight, or he has suffered any severe condition due to a doctor's negligence, then he can go for compensation under civil liability. Either he himself can sue the doctor, or his relatives can sue the doctor under civil liability for compensation in such negligent cases. Such medical negligent cases can also be handled by the Lok Adalats, who have the right to deal with cases having compensation up to 1 crores. Now another aspect of this medical negligence is disciplinary action. Now who can take this disciplinary action? So there is a Medical Council of India who has been given right to take action against doctors who are professionally negligent, or who has done any act that is not ethical to his profession. The Medical Council of India has the right to take away the degree of the doctor if he is not acting ethically, or his degree can be suspended to a few years, or his degree can be suspended for till further notice. He won't be able to practice his profession till he gets a clear chit from the MCI. It is not that the patient can only have civil liabilities or criminal liabilities. He can have both the options for the same purpose or same case. We have already discussed that first the patient will have to provide evidence that a medical negligence has happened, and then it would be on the hospital or the doctor to prove that he has taken utmost care to treat that patient. The court has to take the judgment of other medical professional who is having equal knowledge and who is from a government organization, medical field, where he can give an unbiased opinion about the treatment that was given by the doctor, and he can certify that whether there was any negligence on the part of the doctor or the hospital. This is a very important aspect of any medical negligent case. So the medical expert has to give his opinion on the case, and his opinion along with other evidences form an important part in deciding the matter. If the doctor treats the patient without his consent, then also it can amount to medical negligence. The legal system maintains a fair balance between a doctor's judgment on treatment and the patient's need of being treated fairly. The court understands the complexity of the human body, the limitations of the doctor, the knowledge he has, and the complexity of the situations has to be taken into consideration while dealing with any cases relating to medical negligence. There are a few contexts given by Supreme Court that are very noteworthy in this medical negligent cases. See, no two doctors can act same way. There is no definite prescribed method of treating a patient. We cannot put the doctors in one mold and say that they have to do the treatment according to that mold only. The doctor used to treat the patient fearlessly, but now with the rise in cases against doctors, doctors fear to treat patient. Let's take an example, like if any patient had a heart attack, the doctors would immediately inject him with an injection of morphine. But now the doctor fears that if he injects that patient with morphine and he dies on his way to the hospital or during treatment, then he may have to face medical negligence case against him and he may not treat that patient. So the court and the consumer forum are not experts in medical science, not even the general public. So they must not substitute their own views over that of an expert. And also it must be understood that despite best efforts by the doctors, the patient cannot be saved. This does not mean that doctor must be held guilty for medical negligence until and unless there is a strong evidence suggesting that. There is a certain guideline given by the Supreme Court that the doctors must follow to prevent themselves from getting into the trouble of medical negligent cases. These simple guidelines are: current practice, infrastructure, medical and other staff, sterility and hygiene should be strictly maintained. Second, no prescription should be given without actual examination of the patient. The doctor should just not listen to the patient for his symptoms, but should also carry out tests and laboratory investigations wherever necessary before going for the final treatment. The doctor should not experiment with the treatment modality, and even while doing a normal procedure, he should take a written consent from the patient. If any doctor is in doubt regarding any treatment procedure or any symptoms of the patient, he should always take an expert opinion. Then the doctor should maintain full record of the diagnosis and the treatment that he has prescribed to the patient. If the doctor takes into consideration all these points, then the court also sees that before taking any matter against any doctors, there are a few guidelines which he will consider the patient has fulfilled before the medical negligence case is taken into consideration by the court. A private complaint cannot be taken unless and until that patient or his families give an evidence of negligence happening, and the opinion of another doctor from the same field. Then the investigating officer also has to take the opinion of another doctor, preferably from a government functionary, so that he gives an unbiased opinion. Lastly, the doctor cannot be arrested in a routine manner unless the officer feels need for investigation or procuring any evidences, or he is fully satisfied that the doctor may flee. So you see, there are a few minimum standards which a doctor has to follow. The code doesn't have very high standards set for doctors, only a minimum requirements that he should fulfill while treating a patient, so that the patient is fairly treated and he doesn't feel cheated or he doesn't feel negligent. The court tries to have a balance between both the doctors and the patient, and both are given equal fair right in the judgment of medical negligent cases. The court or the other people are not competent enough to give their opinion on the treatment done by the doctors. So, a medical opinion from a doctor from the same field is very much necessary in cases related to medical negligence. So you see, the doctors are not at all the enemy of the patients. They take utmost care to treat their patient. And still, if sometimes mishap happen, then the people have the right to seek justice. But please don't take law in your own hand on the protest that they have done something wrong, because we do not have the exact knowledge of the situation or the treatment modalities that are needed to be given. So be patient and believe in your doctors. So you have seen what are the conditions where you can seek justice for yourself against medical doctors or hospitals for their negligence. And even the doctors can find out that what are the precautions that they need to take so that they do not have to face any such negligent cases against themselves. That's all for today. Please like and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon if you want to know what actions the doctor can take against the patients who are acting rudely or who are causing injury to them or to their hospital. Stay tuned. Thank you.